The arithmetic sequence, it is a sequence which each term after the first is obtained by adding the same constant. So there is a first term, and then the next term after that is obtained by adding a particular number, which will be the same number to be added sa mga preceding, sa mga succeeding terms. So we call that common or same number as the common difference. Okay? Ang tawag dun sa number na yun na paulit-ulit natin i-add dun sa isang term will be called the common difference. It is a constant added to each term of an arithmetic sequence to obtain the next term in the sequence. Okay, before we talk more about how to solve problems about arithmetic sequence, let me first explain to you why it is important to learn arithmetic sequence para makita nyo agad yung importance niya sa totoong buhay. Kasi sa math, usually, walang interest yung mga estudyante pag-aralan kasi you cannot see the meaning or the purpose of that lesson in real life. So let me show you a very common example of arithmetic sequence sa real life. So say for example, we applied this particular topic in simple interest. I'm sure you already heard about simple interest. This is very common if you invest a money. For example, meron kang extra money and you want it to be invested pwede sa isang business or usually in-invest ang money sa bank. Okay? Let's say, for example, meron kang 100 pesos. Okay, a small amount lang, 100 pesos. And then, the bank told you that if you invest that money in the bank, after a month, it will become 110 pesos. So, nag-i-increase, di ba? There is an increasing number added to the original money invested, which is 100. From 100, your money will become 110. And then, after 2 months, your money will become 120 pesos. After 3 months, it will become 130 pesos. And so on. So there is a pattern in this set of numbers, which is an example of arithmetic sequence. Again, ulitin ko yung binigay kong problem. At first, you have 100 pesos. So, kung small amount lang. Let's say, for example, kung medyo marami kang pera, let's say this is 1,000. For example, you have 100,000 pesos. And then the bank where you invested your money promised you that after 1 month, your money will become 110,000 pesos. And then after 2 months, 120 and so on. Okay. So as you can see, there is a common number which is added repeatedly from one term to the next. And what is that number?
10.
10, correct. Okay. You can unmute your mic to answer me or you can also chat sa ating chat box. So may isang number, there's one number being added repeatedly and that number is 10. So in arithmetic sequence, we call that number as common difference. And instead of writing the words common difference, we simply use the symbol D, a lowercase d for common difference. So D is equal to 10. Okay. And instead of writing every term in the sequence, we can actually find the amount of money that you will have. Say, for example, after, let's say, 50 months. Okay? Let's say, since we are talking about year na lang, for example, you want to know how much will be your money in the bank after 3 years. So, 3 years is 36 months. Diba? So, instead of writing isa-isa, so I will write 130 plus 10 ulit, 140, and so on, hanggang makarating ka dun sa ika-36. We need a formula in order to easily find that answer. And that will be the topic in this learning activity sheet, to easily find the nth term or the number that will fall in that position in the pattern. Okay? So in this case, simple interest, arithmetic sequence is being applied. And there are many other applications of arithmetic sequence. If you will try to search online, you can see many more examples of how arithmetic sequence is being applied in real life. Okay? Okay po? Naintindihan yung explanation ko? Now,
Yes po.
now let us
Yes
move to the
po.
formula.
Yes
The
po.
formula that I am talking about. So the formula is a of n. So we read this as a of n, hindi an. Again, we read this mathematical symbol as a of n equals a of 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d. So, let us unlock every symbol dito sa formula. When you say a of n, that is the nth term. Okay, or the last term. Again, a of n is the nth term or the last term in the sequence. That is usually the unknown in a problem of arithmetic sequence. So I write a of n is the nth term or the last term. Usually the last term. And then next we have a of 1. So when you say a of 1, that is the first term. A of 1 is the first term. And then we have n. No need to copy this kasi I already included this in the activity sheet. Nandun sa activity sheet itong mga meaning ng every symbol sa formula. N means the number of terms. While the last, syempre ang 1 is constant naman yung 1. While the last part of the formula is D. D is the common difference. Okay, so ayan yung mga meaning ng symbols sa formula ng arithmetic sequence. So we always use the formula every time we are given a problem that deals with arithmetic sequence. Okay, let us move on to some examples how this formula is being used in a problem. Let us talk about your the example in your activity sheet sa page 2 of your activity sheet. Let us talk about the example. So what is the 10th term in the arithmetic sequence 5, 8, 11, and so on? So this is the given sequence 5, 8, 11. So we need to find what particular number will fall sa ika-10th position. So dapat 10th position. Ano yung mag-fall dito sa ika-10th position? So to find out what number is that, instead of writing isa-isa, yung sunod sa 11, ano yung sunod sa 11, we simply need to use this formula to easily find the fall in the 10th. Okay. So we are looking for this term, a of n, the 10th term. So since we know that there are 10 terms, may value ka na ng n. And we can also replace yung subscript ng a of n. Instead of a of n, you can now write a of 10 because we know that we are looking for the 10th term. Okay? A of 1 is the first term, so we write 5. We know that we are looking for the 10th term, so n is 10. Minus 1, constant. And d can be obtained, obviously, from the sequence 5. What number is added to 5 to get 8? 3. And then what number is added to 8 to get 11? Also 3. Therefore, there is a common number being added repeatedly, which is 3. Therefore, d is equal to 3. Okay? You can notice here at this point that lahat ng nasa right side ng equation are all numbers na wala yung mga letters, mga variables. Meaning, we can now compute for the a of n or a of 10. So, simplify the right side of the equation in order to find the 10th term. Applying PEMDAS, we first need to subtract 10 minus 1, which is 9. And then, after that, after subtracting 10 minus 1, we now follow multiplication first before we add. So, 9 times 3 is 27. And then finally, after we multiply 9 times 3, the last thing you need to do is to add 27 plus 5, which is 32. Therefore, the 10th term of the sequence is 32. Okay? If you are going to look for ano yung number na go false sa ika-10, it is 32. So, no need to write isa-isa. So, if you will write it manually, 11 plus 3, 14, di ba? 14 plus 0, 17. It will take time to do that. Okay? So, instead of doing that, you simply need to use the formula. Especially if sobrang layo na nung number na hinahanap mo. So, imagine ko ang pinapahanap sa'yo is what is the number that will fall sa ika-100. Diba? Kung isa-isahin mo sila, masyadong matagal. But using the formula, you can easily find the number that will fall sa ika-500. Let's try it. Ito kasi ika-10 lang. Medyo madali kung isa-isahin mo. Pero kung hinahanap mo na yung nasa mas malayo pa na position, let's say ika-500, kung isa-isahin mo siya, matagal masyado. Pero kung gagamit ka ng formula, you simply need to replace yung n with 500. Gives the same values for the first term, 5. Use the same value for d, which is 3. First, you need to subtract 500 minus 1 is 499. And then we multiply 499 by 3. So 27, 29, carry 2, 14. So 1,497. Correct? And then we simply add 1,427 plus 5. So the answer is 1,500. Well, 0, 140. Naglalag ba yung yung slide? Hindi naman.
Hindi naman po.
Hindi naman po.
Okay, so we have now to just simply add. Ito mahina kasi ang net. Okay, that 10, hindi na 10. This is the 500th term. 500th term in the sequence will be equal to 1,502. We obtained 1,502 by adding 5. Ito yung part na to. 5 plus 1,497. When you add these two numbers, ang result 1,502. Ito naman, ang 1,497, ito ng comma, was obtained by multiplying 499 times 3, which is 1,497. And simply add 5, kaya 1,502. So, kung isa-isahin mo siya, masyadong matagal, hanggang makarating ka doon sa ika-500 na term. But with the use of the formula, you can easily find the term that will fall in the, change ko din to, 500th position, because you simply need to use a constant formula as long as the given sequence is arithmetic. Okay? Okay po?
Okay po.
What if hindi siya, kung hindi to 11, let's say 14, you cannot use the formula because the given sequence is not arithmetic. So this formula is only limited if arithmetic sequence siya. Kasi nabing arithmetic sequence, there should be a common difference. Dapat may isang number lang talaga, a single number being added repeatedly from one term to the next. Okay na? Any questions? Any questions po? Wala namang question? Yes, si Jabel. You're raising your hand.
Ano pala po ang ma'am, ang solution po pag hindi po kung wala pong common difference. Iba po.
Hindi siya, wala siyang pattern. Wala siyang pattern na arithmetic. It can be geometric sequence na next lesson pa natin. Kung hindi siya arithmetic, you cannot use the formula. May iba siyang pattern. It can be geometric sequence. May iba pa kasi, iba-ibang klase pa ng sequence. Pwede pang Fibonacci sequence, harmonic sequence, mga ganon. Or totally, wala siyang pattern at all. hindi siya sequence o hindi siya pattern. So ito, limited lang itong lesson natin ngayon about arithmetic sequence lang.